Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for a purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. For uses of use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, education, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now let's start this dang show.
You gonna have any fights this week? Oh man, we gotta have some fights.
What is up? Oh wow, I'm loud in my ears. All right. What is up, everybody? It is the Cage Match. No after intro. Unfortunately, the season finale of CNN was last week.
Yeah.
No CNN because there is no news. This is that time of the year where we try to figure out our lives as a Raider organization. I am the Oakland Raider Savage. Doing another off season with no head coach. Asylum. To my, I don't know what.
Is it just what it said? Ever since we started doing this podcast, we're going to the off season with no fucking head coach.
Don't put that bad juju on us. We're not the reason why. It's just the way it is. Okay.
It's just the luck of the draw. Is it what keeps us in business? What is it? That because it's an off season to be able to try to figure shit out, right?
Yeah, it is what it is, and I don't know. It is like everybody. We don't know. I don't know. But all I know is my mom's on. So hi, mom. No cursing, okay? No cursing.
I don't have that problem.
What's up, Jack? Raider Nation. I'm sorry, Raiders News Central. What is up? All right, this is the Cage Match. We're just gonna kind of run it down with, I guess, reasons why this could be I call it a dark horse job fit or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. We're just gonna wing it. All right, Asylum. Here we go. Let's start off with some graphics. Okay. See, I'm not used to doing a show without all the special videos we have. So
all the other special things and give you a little break, do a little this, do a little that. Whoop whoop.
Get down tonight. No. All right. Yeah. So let's start it off. All right. Now let's first look at this right here. Very important dates in the NFL. Okay. Today, and this is big news because story came out that the other quarterback that's supposed to that was Dante Moore. He was like they're trying to figure out what he was going to do. But today was a deadline for college players to declare for the draft, and he decided to stay with Oregon, which means that our number one overall draft pick is probably going to get a lot of more phone calls now that there's really only one quarterback in the draft that's worth drafting in Mendoza.
I mean, is that because he got his ass kicked in the last game? Is it because he thinks he might be able to come out next year and be the number one overall pick with the quarterbacks that should be coming out next year? Or is it truly for the right reason and he wants to finish school?
I mean, if you look at the draft and the first two who needs quarterbacks, us and the Jets, he's like, you know what? Let me just stay in school.
Don't the Jets always need a fucking quarterback?
No, that's the Browns. They always get a quarterback, but the Jets are in need of a quarterback.
The Browns always just pick up quarterbacks. Quarterbacks are like candy for the Browns. You want to ever get their GM or president in the van for a kidnapping, all you got to do is dangle a quarterback, and they're going to go running.
Dangle a quarterback. That's a new one. Dangle a quarterback. Well, he don't want to be a dangler, so he's like, you know what? I'm going to stay in school. You know, they always say, just stay in school.
And again, you might be right. It might be to avoid going to New York. Maybe that's why he did it. Or coming to us.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You know, players, I would assume young kids be like, oh, Vegas? Oh, yeah, let's go to Vegas. Yeah, whatever, you know. But I don't know. We'll see. But, you know, upcoming, we have the the division games this weekend and the AFC Championship games the following weekend. And then to look at these college players, East-West Shrine Bowl, the 27th and the 31st, the Senior Bowl. And then next month is the Pro Bowl and Super Bowl. We don't care about that garbage. And then the franchise tag dates. It starts on the 17th until March 3rd. So that'll be interesting to kind of watch that and see who gets tagged, who's available. We will have those graphics up in the next upcoming weeks of the possible draft. Possible free agents, and then the scouting combine. So important dates. Just giving everyone out there who's watching, who has their own shows, help you out with your scheduling. Well, this is what we're going to talk about each Wednesday, because we got no coach. So as of right now, we got no philosophy. We can't really talk about draft.
Well, before some of those dates, you're hoping to have a coach.
Yeah.
You know, scouting combine, you kind of want to have a coach in place.
Well, let me ask you.
You know, you don't want to be going to that and not have your coach and GMs and offensive coordinators. I mean, there's going to be a lot of dominoes that fall there really quickly in what, early February?
Yeah. But let me ask you this though. In your opinion, I'm going to put the graphic up right now. In your opinion, do you believe this 2026, this upcoming Raiders schedule, this Raiders team, whatever you want to call it, do you believe that it's a good job with the overall number one pick? Oh my God.
Come on, spit it out.
With the second highest cap space of 110 million behind the Titans at 113. And then the 2026 first overall draft pick. We got a total of 10 picks. And, you know, of course, our offense, Brock Bowers, Ashton Jeanty. We could, yes. And this is the debate that everyone's going to be having. Probably, no, I would say probably like 80%, 90% of them be like, no, you got your quarterback there, get the guy there, and then we'll go from there. But just as of right now, okay, right now, you are up and coming head coach, you know, because we don't really want to do retreads. Let's just start fresh. If this is what they pitched to you, okay, hey, Mr. Asylum, we like the way you were your philosophy last season. I'm trying to talk like a I don't know, like these guys. All right. Look at this is what we have. We want you to go and sign with us and be the next head coach for the Raiders. Second highest cap space, overall draft pick. We got Brock Bowers, Ashton Jeanty. We got Max Crosby, if he still wants to be around. We got Jackson Powers Johnson. Give him a second chance at whatever position he wants to play. We got Colton Miller. I know he's older. You can use them as draft piece, whatever for draft capital. You can use them. We'd sign them for a 3-year extension, and
he signed for at least a couple of years.
Yeah, and we do have the 7th, strongest schedule in 2026. Probably more so because we have guys like Andy Reid, Jim Harbaugh, and Sean Payton. But besides all that, would this be a team that you would love to take over with what we have right now and what you can build from the ground up? How's my accent like that?
We got to look at this from 2 different points of view. You have the whole Peggy's point of view. Oh, no, you have the Peggy's point of view of what's being said, done, that we've seen, everything, and the constant turnaround. So, the first talks is the guarantee of some sort that I'm going to be sticking around more than a year to make all of that work. But to answer your question, where you're trying to go with this, for an up-and-coming, like you said, we're not going to call retreads, but an experienced head coach, this might be enticing. It might not be enticing because it's a whole rebuild. Okay. But for an up-and-coming coach that maybe has a guarantee that he's going to have time to turn the shit around, because that's what it's going to take. All that shit can be enticing all at once. But if all you get is 1 year and you got to be great, ain't no coach going to be enticed into doing this unless, of course, they're just trying to get their feet wet, and get that paycheck for the next 5 years or whatever goes on, because we have a thing of paying coaches, beyond their tenure. I mean, there are enticing things. I mean, again, we don't know the Max Crosby situation. He could stay. Again, they're trying, they're hoping he stays as long as, what did I hear? They can mend whatever bad blood is between Max Crosby and the Raiders, or Max Crosby and Tom Brady, or Max Crosby and whoever the fucking problem is. Whether it was Pete Carroll, and with Pete Carroll being gone, problem solved, Max Crosby sticking around. Are you eyeballing, trading Max Crosby and getting those extra first-round picks? I mean, that's enticing, right? You have him at the trade option. Because what is it? Did I hear trade with Arizona? Oh no, bring up that graphic again. What was it? You had draft order there for a minute, didn't you?
That one?
Trade with Washington, and now you got 2 top 10 picks for this year. Get your quarterback, maybe a top offensive lineman or something. Something in there. There's point. I mean, there's possibilities, right? It's there.
What up, Jeff?
So it's enticing, but again, it's going to come down. All those things there, and it's great. It's going to come down to some kind of job security. Well, do I get 3 years? Do I get 2 years? Am I guaranteed anything? Is there going to be language for the first time ever in a coach's contract that guarantees he can't be fired in the first so many years?
My honest opinion is that if it's a retread, a guy who wants to come in and say, we could win now, you get 1 year. You get 1 year. Unless I was going to say.
We both know 1 year it ain't going to get done.
Well, no, I'm saying is.
Even if it is a retread, as you like to call it.
What I'm saying is that I was going to say if he makes a leap, but I mean, I don't know, like what we did this past season with Pete Carroll. I mean, that is rock bottom. That was percentage-wise, that was worse than the 2006 season when Art Shell came back and we ended up with the overall pick. And we don't want to talk about who we selected in 2020 and 2007. But I mean, the bar is low, expectations are low. You basically have a
I would say expectations are low. The bar is low, expectations are high.
I don't know if we're at the expectations of that. I think it depends on who if it's a brand new coach, we're like, okay, a lot of Raider fans would be like, okay, we got a new coach. Work your magic. We know it's going to be a couple years, or a year or two, whatever. But if it's like a new, like a dude that's been coaching, and he comes over, huh?
Do you know the same Raiders fans as I do? Because you know as well as I do, the minute shit starts going sideways, first year head coach or not, they're going to be calling for his head.
I just think what happened, because I know the only head coach that we had, that was new was AP, and AP was new to NFL coaching in general. So it was just the way everything from where he ended
his first full year were there Raider fans calling for his job.
Well, from where he had the team at the end of 2023, it took a nosedive in 2024, and it was just overall, it just seemed like there was a lot of panic moves. Like, who should I start as quarterback? Minshew. Oh, who should I have as offense coordinator? Oh, Kingsbury went Getsy. And so whether that was his fault or not, I just felt like to me personally, I felt like AP's demise was he did too many public appearances and talked a lot. So he talked more than he showed because he got the job. Now he's big time, got the jacket, got the lowrider. All we did was commercials and, and then we get to the games and we lose to the Chargers. We get into a big old fight at the end of the game, lose to the Chargers in LA. Then we go to Baltimore and we somehow beat the Ravens on that one trick play that Minshew to Devontae at the end, and then of course Max Crosby closed it out with the sack. But then after that, it was just kind of like a wave that just kept like.
I'll agree with one thing you're saying, and I'm gonna add the word in there. It was AP's indecisiveness. He went from being this is what I want to do as interim and did what he wanted to do because why? I don't know if I have a job next year or not. So I can just do whatever the fuck I want to do. Two, as you said, indecisiveness. Kingsbury didn't work out. How well did that work for the Commanders, by the way? Just want to put that out there. Yeah. Everybody who wanted Kingsbury. But, plans started falling apart. There was 3 people in a conversation about who should be starting quarterback when there shouldn't have been 3 people. It should have been AP's decision. You brought me these guys. It's my decision on who I start. He started getting indecisive, second guessing himself, not doing what we saw at the end of that interim period to win the games, right? I mean, it's indecisiveness. And that's, in the end, probably what lost him the job. That and the name Pete Carroll coming up.
And then the stories of that practices were kind of they were sloppy, like they weren't structured, like everything was just new head coach. That's what it was. Everything was just all over the place. And then when in 2023 he had nothing to lose, so he played as if he had nothing to lose. Coached in 2024, he coached as if he didn't want to lose his job, which a lot of second guessing. He didn't have that same type of, I don't care, I'm gonna go, we're gonna win, we're gonna find a way to win this game. And then in 2024 it was, well, let's just try to find a way not to lose this game. So
a lot of that has to do with Mark Davis, though. Think about it. Del Rio said it. When Mark Davis has a big name that's going to come out in front of him, he don't give a fuck who his coach is. He's going to drop everything for the big name. Pete Carroll, I'm sorry, that's what that came from. And he did it with Gruden when he had Del Rio. Yeah. And he made it clear. If Gruden ever, becomes available, you're gone. And it showed. I just signed a fucking contract extension. That same year, you're fired. Gruden, you're in. So Mark Davis has this thing about big names and, doesn't give, haven't given some possible, Bisaccia being one name in there, right? Doesn't give possibilities, these possibilities a chance to come to fruition because it's ooh, you know, it's like, ooh, I got that Shelby Mustang. Little do you know, it's just a fucking shell. You need to put a motor, transmission, rear end. You know, you got to do all this work because, oh my God, it's just a Shelby Mustang. Oh my God. I just paid 20 grand for this. Yay. And then you realize, oh man, this is a lot of fucking work.
It's a project car.
And that's Mark Davis when it comes to head coaches.
I have an 84 Monte Carlo still sitting in my driveway that I want to get going and running. I need to find someone to help me get this car going. The Raiders right now, are they in my 84 Monte Carlo? I mean, the body's still good. The original body, original paint. But it needs an engine. Needs a transmission, probably. Needs a new radio because the other one got stolen, so it needs a new radio. Let's see, what else do I need? I need new headlights because they were kind of dim before I shelved it, before I retired it for right now. And I need a new windshield. So it is an old school, like the Raiders. It's an old school, you know, the Mystique. We're gonna call it. It's the 1960 the Raider Mystique. That's the vehicle we're trying to sell right now. Okay, we're trying to get it going. We just need the right mechanic. But it's like, do you get the old guy who's like, well, I know old vehicles, or do you try to modernize it and get someone who can make it more efficient? Let's put in a more efficient motor. Let's put in a more efficient, you know, some kind of GPS. We're going to futurize it, but still keep the old model look, but keep it more futuristic, you know. I don't know. So, but that's why I feel like the Raiders, like you said, it's like the shell of a car. Okay, you have something you can build on, but it's going to be a lot of work. You're going to have to replace a lot of parts, replace a lot of interior, exterior.
Let's use your Monte Carlo here as an example, right? Whether you modernize it, whether you go with the old school guy who knows the old school car, are you going to rush him to do the work, or are you going to give him time to do the work right and get it going? It may take 2 years to get all this shit done and together, but you're going to give him the time. That's the difference in all this. You're not going to take it to the one guy who says, I can have all that done for you in 1 month and have it done in a month. And when it runs like shit, be mad at him.
When that check engine light comes on.
You know, I mean, you're going to give it the time to be done right. And that's what needs to be done here. We got our wish. Pete Carroll is gone. No more nepotism. No more fucking blaming the other guy because your son can't do his fucking job. It is here. Now let's just give whoever this fucking coach is, retread, new guy, whatever the situation is, Mark Davis, if you're listening, give him the time. Put that guarantee. You know what? Your dad was notorious for first times, things that you never saw, you know, in the NFL. Be the first one to put a guarantee, a no firing guarantee clause in a coach's contract. If players get a no trade clause, a coach should be able to get a no firing clause.
I mean, if we going back to the history of Al Davis hiring coaches, let's say before John Gruden, you know, 1998. So when he left, John Ross got him to the Super Bowl, lost Super Bowl II against the Packers. Then he resigns. You know, the year after, brand new head coach, brand new coach, John Madden takes over. 10 years, Super Bowl win, many AFC Championship appearances. Then his heir apparent was Tom Flores. Tom Flores got 2 Super Bowl wins. He coached 82 to 90 to 82 to 87, I think. No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. 79 to 87, I think, or something like that. Then it was Mike Shanahan. Mike Shanahan, you know, good coach. He got the Broncos two rings with John Elway, but he kept going against Al Davis. In his second year, just like McDaniels with us, after 4 games, you're done. replaced him with Art Shell. Art Shell, interim, took over, got the Raiders going again because he brought back that mystique, playing for Al Davis, the 2 Super Bowls that they won, and then he was on the coaching staff when they won the 3rd one. Takes them to the championship game. Bo Jackson gets hurt the game before against the Bengals in 1990. So going against the Bills, they get blown out 52-3 or something like that. Okay. Art Shell, on the move back to Oakland, Art Shell gets let go after like 4 seasons. On an 8-8 season, they get Mike White. Mike White starts off 8-2. Whatever happened, it was nosedive 8-8. Next year, 7-9. I think he was he wasn't a new head coach, came from Cal, but he was a new NFL coach, head coach. He gets fired. Joe Bugle, here's your shot. 4-12, fired. John Gruden, 8-8, 8-8, 12-4, 10-6, and then he gets traded after the snow game. Bill Callahan. That was 11-5. 2 years, because the following year, after the Super Bowl loss, following year goes 4-12, and then it's just been coach. I don't know if Mark Davis will be that way, but then again, Jeff. But then again, I think with right now, it has to be a new up-and-coming coach. Your first time, upgrade you from offensive coordinator to head coach, or if they do go defense coordinator to head coach. But
or quarterback's coach or whatever it is. Doesn't have to be a coordinator.
But he should get the at least 3 years, because they know that it's going to take a lot of time. We're done with we're going to reload. We're going to reload. No. Pete Carroll said it at the end of this past season. It's rebuild.
This is a rebuild. There is no more, whatever. And that's why I was saying, I'll go this far. I won't put words in your mouth here. I was saying, over the last few weeks, going, if the new coach wants to come in and trade Max Crosby, then do it. Get what you can to be able to go. It's not what I want to see. I'll say that. It's not what I want to see. But Crosby deserves a shot to be able to go and win at least a Super Bowl somewhere, right? He deserves it. He's been loyal. He's done everything. He's done it right. And 2, the draft capital you're going to get from that's at least, 2 first-round picks and another pick and or player. So, I mean, if that's what wants to be done, you could do it. And start the rebuild around what you're wanting to go. He's ideally the perfect piece to have on defense. He's the leader, face of your team, all that. But in the end, all this, every time shit happens, trade talks, Crosby's not happy. Oh my God. It's always a thing where it's now starting to become a fucking circus around Max Crosby. And, maybe it's just time, get what you can, build up, and just build this team the right way.
Just wait till Kay Adams starts talking. Oh, Max Crosby, I just really want you to be happy and be a winner. And I'm going to bat my eyes. Then that's when it really starts going. That's when it really starts picking up. Oh, Max Crosby wants to get traded. And we did this last year. We did this 2 years ago. So it is getting exhausting. It is getting tired. And every year, Max Crosby learns, let me just not say anything. But then he hasn't said anything. That means that he wants to go. So I don't know. It's like if that's the case, then let's just, like you said, if we're going to get stuff out of it. I mean, we did it with Khalil Mack when John Gruden came in. He was like, all right, Khalil Mack, I'm going to trade you to the Bears. Amari Cooper, I'm going to trade you to the Cowboys. But that was in the middle of the season. I was, when Khalil Mack got traded, I mean, he said he didn't want to be here. So I was like, okay, whatever. I was more mad when number 52 for the A's got traded around that time, Cespedes. That's when I was more mad. When I saw 52 for the Raiders got traded, I was like, oh, well, I figured he was holding out. Mari Cooper, couldn't catch a ball no more. Okay, we'll get something out of it. John Gruden had the, what, was it 3 first-round picks? And he only really hit. Wait, this is, no, it's not on here. It was 2019. So this is 2020. It's the Vegas picks. But out of like the 2 or 3 picks, Josh Jacobs, and he was like the second of the first picks. Josh Jacobs worked out. I think Arnett was one of them. They didn't work out. And there was another, the safety?
Amik Robinson?
No. That's later on. No, the safety, 24. The one that went and busted his shoulder trying to knock a guy out. He ends up running into the camera on the sideline.
I know who you're talking about. Fuck.
He looked like
Tatum, God damn it. And I can't remember his name now.
He looked like he put like he made his hair blonde or something. He looked like what's his name from Demolition Man?
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. Anyways, but and that's the one thing when you got this number 1 overall pick. We just hope that we have a guy, and that's another thing too. If Spytek wasn't really in charge of this last draft, because it said that he wanted to get one of the offensive linemen, he's now playing for the Jets. Pete Carroll wanted Ashton Genty, which for what we had with the offensive line, it worked out, for the most part. But that number one overall pick. Now, of course, everyone's saying, well, there's only one obvious choice, and that is to get Mendoza. But
more picks.
Or trade back for more picks. But I know that, and I'm not going to say, well, who cares? The Raider Nation, you're going to be, well, who cares the Raider Nation? Are they getting, they're not here to, pick the pick. And they say, like, if you think like the fans, you start sitting with them. But we've been right a lot. Not us as a show, but we have been right a lot as a show. But as a Raider fan base, we have been right a lot, starting from replacing John Gruden / Bisaccia with McDaniels. We all knew that wasn't a great hire. But like you said, it's a big name. Look what they're doing. Look what they're doing with the Patriots. I wouldn't be surprised if they said we're going to interview him again. I'd be more surprised if he said yes to it, McDaniels. But anyways, we do have candidates. But let me ask you this right here. With the coaches, another coach has been let go. Mike Tomlin, well, not let go. He walked away. He's resigned.
Well, he hasn't even really resigned. He stepped away. He's not giving everything up. He stepped away from coaching. The Steelers are holding on to that contract because if he decides to come back, then they could trade him. He could come back in other capacities too. He's just stepped away from head coaching.
Well, the Steelers, though they have that extra. I mean, they have another head coaching job vacancy, which is right now, I believe that is 9 jobs open. So that's just about a third. Just about a third of NFL coaches is available. So
biggest you want to sign available up, is interested in those last 3 spots.
Yeah, he didn't want to be with the Raiders.
Well, we knew that wasn't going to happen. They were going to pay for all that. New York is so freaking being New York and says we'll give you damn near every bit of your demands just to get that Harbaugh name. They're fighting tooth and nail to stay relevant in the NFL. They have some good history and things going, but they're doing this whole fucking thing and they're going to throw, the Brinks truck at Harbaugh and say, here you go, just to, just for the hopes, just to have the hopes. But he's interested, so that helps.
Yeah. And then, one of the things though, with Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh gone, that's like they're like the two highest tenured coaches gone. And then interesting stat, there's only one coach left in that division, in the AFC North. That is Zach Taylor. Almost said Zach Morris. Not Saved by the Bell. But, he was probably saved by the other coaches being gone, Stefanski, Tomlin, Harbaugh. But between the two coaches right here, I know they say Mike Tomlin, like you said, Mike Tomlin said, no, I'm not going to be fielding any calls for next year. I did my 19 years, what was he, like the third coach or fourth coach in Steelers history. So,
Sounds good like that.
Speaking of what the Raiders, we are in our 28th. No, we got more. I don't know where we at. But
more than that.
9 seasons to 18 seasons. Mike Tomlin, his playoff record 8-11. John Harbaugh's 13-11. Mike Tomlin's been to 2 Super Bowls, won 1. John Harbaugh's been to 1. Beat his brother, the 49ers, in 2012. So he has the 1 Super Bowl appearance with a win. But John Harbaugh was coach of the year in 2019. But see, even let's just say those 2 coaches were available and they were interested in the Raider job. I would not necessarily would like to have them too, because the expectations would be so high. And I mean, you know how when coaches coach for a long time and they start to kind of get stale.
Situation. It's another Pete Carroll situation.
Yeah, because you're looking at a resume, but it's like, okay, but it's unrealistic to try to bring that success over to the Raiders, especially with what we have and don't have.
Even success. Let's take a step back from there. And what didn't work for Pete Carroll? The old way. The NFL is changing, whether us as fans like it or not. The NFL is constantly changing. And you're noticing a lot of success from these younger head coaches, these new guys bringing in a new outlook, a new, set of eyes on the game, changing the game ever so subtly, whether it's a defensive scheme, offensive scheme, those ever so subtle changes, but that's where it's going, and that's what you need to do. And again, you see, look at Mike McDaniel, right? He's let go, but he has a lot of interest from other teams. Young guy, we don't know the reasons of being let go, other than Miami thought they might have a chance to get Harbaugh, so they said, get rid of him like we did with Tomlin, the GM.
Mike Del Rio.
Well, not Del Rio, but there's that too. No, the GM with AP.
Oh, Telesco.
Telesco, thank you. Like with Telesco, oh, your job's safe. No. Oh, no, we're going to want a new GM. So it's probably something there, but he's getting a lot of calls because of what he did do over there, and he's young. It's a new thinking. He was able to, Tua didn't work, but who'd have known he was going to be, collect concussions like some people collect Super Bowl wins. Just some of them were just, he was collecting the wrong kind of rings.
You know what? If you think about it, he's like Steve Young without the Super Bowl, because Steve Young was left-handed, concussions. He wasn't from Miami. He was traded from the Falcons. Not the Falcons. He was traded from the Buccaneers. Oh, well, there you go, from Florida. He was traded from the Buccaneers to the Niners. So maybe if Tua goes to another team, I'm not saying the Raiders. Just, another team, maybe he'll win a Super Bowl. He already got concussions. He already has. He's left-handed, and he's from a Florida team. So there you go. Tie it all together. Conspiracies, none. Okay, anyways, go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, it's just these younger coaches. Stefanski, he's getting interest. These younger coaches are getting the interest from all these teams, where these older ones, Harbaugh kind of has his choice. Tomlinson, if he decides to come back, might have choices. But again, these are desperate teams that are willing to throw everything that the coach wants. So they come in with the demands, just like Pete Carroll. Don't tell me he didn't come in here and start making some demands right? I mean, there's a reason why shit turned out the way it did. Why the GM wasn't allowed to be a GM. Between Brady and Carroll, you have 3 people fighting for that damn bone, and only one person gets the bone. And, and everything going. So, like we keep saying, going the younger route and letting the coach develop the team in his vision. There's going to be your not one hit wonders, but your instant that Ben Johnson got lucky with the Bears. God damn it. I had another name and now I just fucking forgot. Anyways, you're going to Vrabel's, Liam Cohen. That's who I was thinking of.
I got it all. I got it all, man. I got it all.
I mean, getting lucky, right? And going. They had pieces in place that fit them and were able to make it work. It's not all going to be like that. But the thing is, it's going to take time. Look at the Lions coach. Took him some time. Took him a couple of years. Now the Lions, other than being a joke for, playing great during the regular season and can't do it in the playoffs, going. But he's built the Lions to the point they're contenders. And going. First-time head coach. It just seems to go it's a youth movement. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a youth movement going on in the NFL, and it's just time. These older coaches are going to get it, but how much longer are they going to go? You got all these young players who can't handle a Harbaugh, who can't handle a Tomlinson, who are going to sit there and coach the only way they've known how to do it for 18, 20 years. And that's, harder. There ain't no, you're going to take a play off, but fuck that. You're sitting for the, and these players just can't take it. You need these younger guys who can sit there and sweet talk their star players into doing their fucking job. You can't bully them, as it's called nowadays, into doing their job, saying, hey, you're getting paid $32 million this season. Go out there and do your fucking job. Now you got to swaddle them, rocking my baby, all this bullshit, just to get them to step out on that field and do their fucking job.
I'm trying to remember. Brian Billick was, I guess, the first Ravens coach. I know they were the Browns, but Brian Billick got the first Super Bowl in 2000. Beat us in the championship game. Was there a coach between him and Harbaugh, John Harbaugh, before he took over, or did he take over his team? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I want to say I don't think so, but then that means Billick lasted longer than because I think Harbaugh took over after Billick. I want to say, and what I'm getting at is there was already an established, I guess, not say personality, but there was already like an established culture. There we go. An established culture.
There's only been 3 head coaches in the Ravens history, and Brian Billick was not the first one.
Okay, so he was okay. So, but Harbaugh took over after Billick.
Correct.
Okay. So
18 years. Brian Billick was 9 years, and Ted Marchibroda 3 years.
Well, so what I'm getting is that Brian Billick already kind of built a winning culture. They had the Super Bowl win against the Giants. John Harbaugh takes over. It was like not like the bar was not really set high because you still had guys like Ray Lewis. You still have I'm forgetting his name, the safety, the free safety, Ed Reed. So you still had some guys that carried over. He's taking over that squad. So there was already an establishment. All you had to do was more so, I guess, help build the offense. He's a special teams guy, though, right? He's a special teams guy, John Harbaugh, I believe. So after that, he continued what Brian Billick had, and then he got them back to the Super Bowl about 12 years later, or 10 years later, whatever, 12 years later. They get that Super Bowl win with some of the players left from that Brian Billick team. Ray Lewis, I think that was his last game. Ed Reed played, I think, like 2 more seasons after. So he took Brian Billick's team and took him to, carry along that team to get another ring. Tomlin took Bill Cowher's team because, we only had 3-4 coaches in that whole, including him. Bill Cowher had just won a Super Bowl a few years back against Seattle. Tomlin takes over that team. You had Brent Roethlisberger. You had the receiver, the Hines. You had Hines Ward. I believe he was still there when he took over. And Palomalo. So you had core guys from that previous regime that you build it off of that. So you kind of carried over Bill Cowher's team, and then you made it your own because you were there for a long time, almost 10, both of them almost 2 decades. But then to come over to a team, kind of like a Phil Jackson, and that's the team is kind of built, and all you got to do is just add some more pieces to it.
Coaches.
Yeah. So
over their history.
16
from 1933 till this year.
Modern history, 3.
No. Total history.
Modern.
Even modern. How far back you go? What's considered modern? 50s?
Merger. 70s, 60s.
So you're looking at 4 or 5. Depends on which part of the 60s you want to go to.
Let's say 60. When the Raiders came in, 60.
60? Okay, technically 6 coaches.
Chuck Noll. Well, Chuck Noll was in the 70s, early 70s, late 60s.
Chuck Noll was 69 to 91.
Okay. Wow,
Bill
91.
Austin, 66 to 68. Mike Nixon, 65. Buddy Parker, 57 to 64.
Well, the Steelers started when Chuck Noll came in, okay? So we'll start with Chuck Noll.
Well, just because that's all you remember, doesn't mean doesn't mean that's all they had.
Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin. That's what they count. Whenever NFL Network started, that's the modern history, okay? 2005, okay? So, no. But anyway,
Chuck Noll don't even count.
Yeah, he don't count, okay? He counts in the ESPN Classic, okay? Now we're NFL Network, okay? Now, look, I'm saying is Tomlin and Harbaugh took over a team that already established a legacy, already established a culture, and they just took over it and just, I want to say brought it to the next level, but they were able to bring it. Yeah. They were just like, okay, I just got to change the oil, do a little tune up here, add a guy here, add a guy there. All right, hey, look, we're back here. Tomlin went to 2. He lost to the Packers in his second Super Bowl, bringing the team to the Super Bowl, lost to Charles Woodson's Packers, Aaron Rodgers' Packers. But those teams were just about established. You had a quarterback in both those teams for the most part. I don't know about Brian Billick's here because I know they had Trent Dilfer when they won, but still, they had a linebacker. Okay, they had Ray Lewis was your quarterback. Okay, so to have them come to a team like the Giants, come to team to like the Dolphins, come to teams like the Falcons, who they drafted Penix 2 years ago, but they're still like or last year, whatever it was, two drafts ago. And they're still like, oh, we don't know. Kirk Cousins wants out because he wants to be a starter. Like there's a lot of things that you still have to build. And I'm not saying that they can't do it. I'm just saying is they didn't really have to do it to get to where they're at now as, greatest, in the greatest coaches discussion or whatever you want to say in the modern history. So that's what I'm trying to say. Took the long road around to get to that point. All the way around the world, okay? That's what I was trying to say. So that's why I wouldn't want that because you didn't have the credentials to say you rebuilt a team, okay?
Well,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Is they haven't rebuilt a team. The only retread you want who's rebuilt a team is Jack Del Rio.
Yeah. I mean, not to tease, but John Gruden built a team in 98, because the 97 season, that was a 4-12 team. That was Joe Bugle's one chance at the Raiders head coach, and they fired him. Him and Jeff George, John Gruden had Jeff George for 1 year and said, "No, I can't do it. I can't do it." Oh, this guy Rich Gannon that we played a couple years, a couple of times each year the last few years. Hey, free agent, come over here. I can work with you. John Gruden likes veterans. John Gruden don't like rookies, as you can see from everybody.
Sounds like
that
somebody else we just had.
I don't know who you're talking about. Okay, it's all about competing, all right? All about competing. Now we have guys. Now we got free agents leaving this team if we don't resign them. Now remember last year we had some guys that we said, man, we should have kept. We should have kept Robert Spillane, though his price tag was kind of high. But I think that if we knew what was going on with the front office, he probably would have got signed. And we kept saying this before the end of the 2024 year. Sign Spillane now before it gets too expensive later.
That's what I said.
Yep. Clayvon Chason came out of nowhere that last year. He showed that he was a very valuable player. You saw what he did this last game.
I mean, you saw what he did with and without Max Crosby. What the fuck did Malcolm Kuntz do that we paid him? What was it, $8 million?
Yeah.
$8 million for Malcolm Kuntz to do exactly what I said he was going to fucking do, because they put all their hopes into half a fucking season. Hell, at the end of this season, oh goddamn it, number 9 was playing better than him.
Tyree Wilson.
Jesus Christ. We could have told you what was going to happen there, because you were putting high hopes, and he was not, he didn't trust his knee. It just, I'm done with that bullshit. Next. I hate it right, and they don't want to listen.
It is what it is. Just like the conversation with Max Crosby, we weren't going anywhere. We didn't know what we were doing, so they got out, and look what they're doing now. They are going to be in the division round, going against the consistent. No, yeah, Jack Jones. Because
I'm fine with how things went with him.
He's just in there because he was a guy that looked and then he didn't, and then he looked and then he didn't, but we got rid of him. This is the Pete Carroll that the Pete Carroll era didn't bring back those players. Now, new era, no new coach yet, but new era. These are our defensive free agents. Malcolm Kuntz, Eric Stokes, Lonnie Johnson, Jamal Adams, Darnay Holmes, Devin White, Tristan McCollum, Broderick Martin, Caillou Blue Kelly, Charles Snowden, Thomas Booker IV, and John Radigan. Now, for me,
Radigan. Yeah.
For me, I like Jamal Adams. I'll give him another a 1-year deal. I Thomas Booker, I feel like was a steal, giving up number 0. You know what I'm talking about? Barnett. Barnett. Yeah. I heard my head. I heard Garnett. Then I said Barnett. And then yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, that guy. Which I don't think he really did too much with the Eagles this past year. I think he got hurt too. I don't know. But I would say for me, Jamal Adams, Thomas Booker. Thomas Booker is a restricted free agent, so Raiders have more rights to try to sign him than an unrestricted. And Eric, I'll take Eric Stokes, give him a 2nd year. What about you? What about these guys? Anybody?
Okay. I just Stokes, Lonnie Johnson, Jamal Adams. I'll give another one. I even liked Holmes, Snowden, and Booker.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that I would say. Lonnie Johnson, his only problem was health. He got hurt and didn't really get a chance to do anything, to show. But before he got hurt, I believe he was the one that got hurt in preseason. He was balling out. So Stokes, Johnson, I like, And Jamal Adams got to come back at linebacker. He's coming back at linebacker. I thought his transition was well. And I think another year, playing it, he'll even be better.
The very few decisions that Pete Carroll made. The very few that worked out that Pete Carroll.
That worked out. Devin White to go. Darnay Holmes. I think, as a depth piece in the way he was playing, during all that was okay. Caillou Blue Kelly could get the fuck out of here. But I like Snowden, and I definitely think Booker, go ahead and just give him a 3-year extension right now.
See, we're all in agreement. And you know what? I called it too when we made that trade. When he made that trade, and he said, because he only had 3 days to get ready for that first preseason game against the Seahawks. And I'm all like, watch him be somebody. Because everyone was like, who was this Thomas Booker? He didn't play it that much with the Eagles last year. Yeah, he got a ring with them, but he didn't do nothing. But the way I kind of read about him, especially when he came over, and he's like, no, I'm trying to get in, okay? I'm trying to get in, okay? Give me in the game right now. I don't care, because he didn't have a I think he had 47. He looked like Tyron Wheatley out there playing defensive tackle. Okay, so he went out there and then he was making plays out there, in preseason, and I said, watch him be somebody. And for the opportunities that he had, he showed out. He don't have a sack, but he was causing disruption in the middle, which is something that we haven't had in a long time, especially after the whole Christian Wilkins thing. There's only been 5 games that he played Christian Wilkins. So the only thing we missed out on that one is the money, that we're still, I guess, in limbo, whatever happens with that lawsuit or whatever.
We're in limbo. I haven't heard anything new about it.
Yeah, so Thomas Booker was a steal, was a fine, so Booker, Stokes, Adams, Yusuf Johnson, and that was it, right? Yeah.
Adams,
Eric Stokes, Johnson, Adams, Booker,
I said
Snowden.
I also added Holmes to that list.
And Holmes. Yeah, and Holmes has been with this team for he'll get in. He's a little injury prone, but when he's in there, he does okay. But maybe this year, and it's hard to judge. Like I said,
I think you'll be able to see more of what he could do.
Yeah, I feel like the defense this year is the same situation that we had with the offense last season with Getsy, where you didn't know what the philosophy was. Pete Carroll comes in, and we all thought, okay, you brought back PG, so you brought him back, and okay, we just got to work on the offense. Let him do what he's been doing. He's been doing it for the last 4 years. Just let him come back and do his thing. But no, he put his hands in that one too. And it was we're going to do a cover 3 with Patrick Graham's, aggressive. It was too much. It was too much. Just screwed up the whole thing. It's kind of like there was one time when I was working at FedEx, and I was trying to. It was a rental truck, but it was like a rental van, and I'm all like, wait, is this diesel or is this unleaded? And I took a chance, and I forgot what I put. It wasn't the right one, okay? It wasn't the right one. And this is when I was first starting to drive. So, for FedEx. So I'm learning diesel trucks and all that. So I'm all like, okay. But I call my manager and say, hey, I just letting you know, I don't know if I might have put the wrong fuel in, but we'll see. Okay. I get on the freeway. So I have to pull over to the side. Hazard lights on for like an hour waiting for a tow truck. I said, I think I put the wrong gas in. So they had to go take the truck in back to the rental shop, to the rentals, whatever. They have to drain it out. They said, oh no, luckily I think I put diesel into a I can't remember what I did, but they said, oh, luckily it wasn't the opposite, because I would have messed up the engine. It was this way, so we can clean it out. It was smooth. It was whatever. So okay, thank God, whatever. I feel like Pete Carroll was that guy, was me, putting the wrong fuel in the defense. Hey, and that's where we were. It was going, and then no, we got to no. Let's not force it. Pete Carroll kept trying to force it. Then eventually the defense started breaking down towards the end of the season. Also because you had a guy who kept throwing in interceptions and giving extra possessions to the
bench. He had his hands in the defense. He had his hands in the offense because you know what? Nobody knew better than Papa Pete.
Papa Pete. All right. Offensive side. He is an offense and special teams, okay, because that's the key right here. Okay, Daniel Carlson. Now you got Kenny Pickett, Raheem Mostert. Wow, I said it wrong. Raheem Mostert, Dylan Parham, Tyler Lockett, Alex Bachman, Daniel Carlson, Stone Forsythe, Zamir White, Jordan Meredith, Will Putnam, and Ian Thomas, and then also the long snapper, who don't really have stats because he's a long snapper. Jacob Bobenmeyer, who came in when McDaniels came in, got rid of Sieg and brought him in. I don't know why they did that, but whatever. But out of this list, yeah, you go. I'll let you go.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Fucking Pickett, no. Parham, no. Lockett, no. Bachman, maybe. Carlson, yes. Forsythe for depth. I mean, most of it's at towards the end. Zamir White, just to have depth and see how it goes in training camp, bring him on a 1-year deal, something like that. Meredith, as long as it's not center. Putnam as a backup center, yes. Ian Thomas, you know what? For the 3, I'm trying to get fucking there. Ian Thomas as a third tight end, I thought he was doing well, and definitely our long snapper. I mean, he could play for another goddamn 20 years, probably. As long as he can snap the ball to the guy way in the back there, further than the regular center. That would be the ones I'd go. Like I said, mostly depth pieces, just to see, I mean, we both like Meredith at guard. We just don't like him at center.
Yeah.
But no, you need that backup center. Right now, in 2 seasons, if you put JPJ back at center, he's been injury prone, so you got to, make sure you got a backup there. Carson, I mean, I really felt he only had 1 bad year in his time with us. That was last year. So,
yeah.
Let's see what he's got. I think you bring Carlson back.
Carlson, yes, for sure, yes. Carlson, yes. Because as you can see, even the kickers, and it's been a bad year for kickers this year, especially in, like you saw Tyler Luke, the rookie, who was doing good, and you see he is the reason why Harbaugh lost his job. Well, that's what they say, I think it's more like the straw that broke the camel's back, whatever the phrase is, the nail that broke the camel's.
No, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. Yeah. That's right. You got one right.
Thank you very much. But Pickett, Mostert, your end of the career. Parham, you should have been gone. I don't even know why you're still here. Tyler Lockett took a lot of time away from the young receivers. You can go. The Raiders didn't watch you in the first place.
And that was only because he was there because of the familiarity with Pete Carroll and fucking Geno Smith.
I feel like Tyler Lockett was the same type of signing as Jimmy G with McDaniels, because that wasn't the plan. They thought they were going to get Tom Brady. And then he said, no, I'm going to stay retired. Jimmy G, yeah, because look, Jimmy G, he knows the offense. He only ran it like about 8 years ago. He knows the offense. Yeah, trust me, guys. I feel the same thing with Tyler Lockett. No, all Geno Smith needed is just a guy he knows. So we're going to tell him, even though
as a backup, not as our starting center, you need a backup at a position to be able to come in and spell. That's the only reason why I'm saying Putnam. Familiarity with the team.
What I'm saying is that Tyler Lockett, when he was available after the Seahawks let him go, the Raiders didn't jump all over him. He went and signed with the Titans. It wasn't until he decided he wasn't getting action over there. Okay, let me get released. And then Pete Carroll thought, oh, hey, if I bring Tyler Lockett, then that'll help with the situation with Geno Smith throwing interceptions. And He's a guy that knows Geno Smith. So yeah, it'll work. No, it didn't work out. So no, Lockett can go. Bachman, I like Bachman as a returner. He did look good in preseason as a receiver. I just think he didn't get enough chances either. He's a young guy, but I would say bring him back as a returner. I felt like he did good. He was tough back there. Stone Forsythe, I liked him in the beginning when he first started, but then he kind of like phased out. I don't know if just this offensive line in general, or if it was he got exposed and people figured out again how to get past him or whatever. So I'm 50-50 on that. Zamir White, I wouldn't if they don't resign him. Jordan Meredith, I like him at guard. I don't like him at center, but I like him at guard. That piece, yeah. Putnam, me personally, he didn't get a lot of show, but when he did get his chance, it didn't go too well. I don't know if that was because of injury or what, but you know, if you're trying to get your foot in here and you're undrafted, I believe he was undrafted, you know, you like Max Crosby, you gotta find a way when his broken hand in his preseason, in preseason, his first his rookie year, he said, no, tape it up and going back out there. You have to find a way to stick into the offensive line or stick out there. So I wouldn't be too upset if they don't resign him. I liked Ian Thomas when we had no tight ends, you know, Bowers or a Mayer. Ian Thomas showed up and he was getting some making some hard catches. Bobenmeyer, I mean, it's a long snapper. If we get a new guy, it is what it is. If we keep him, it is what it is. Whatever. Just make sure you're accurate, like you said, Asada. Make sure you're accurate when you long snap that ball to the kicker for that game-winning, you know, field goal. Okay. So
that's just the kicker. It's also the placeholder.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, the placeholder to laces out. Okay.
Sometimes kicker. Yeah, just be accurate. Just get the ball there, smooth and easy, and in enough time.
Yeah, and you know, everyone talks about Ashton Genty, even though he's not the guy. He is the guy. He's not the guy. He is the guy. Us Raider fans who watched it, we saw that if you give him a shot, give him a chance. I mean, more so in the beginning of the season, he didn't get a lot of carries. Until later on, because I'm trying to make sure that he doesn't, you know, no, Pete Carroll, just shut up, okay? But he somehow, some way found himself in the Rookie of the Year conversation for 2026. So, I mean,
25 yards away from 1,000 yards in his rookie season.
Yeah.
And 90% of those yards that he did get was after contact.
Yeah. 5 touchdowns on the ground, 5 touchdowns in the air. I mean, you know, he's
a weapon. He's a weapon.
Yeah. So, I mean, these are guys. I just feel like everyone just thinks, oh yeah, because of the Raiders and they suck and they've been sucking for a long time, and you know they can't keep a coach. But if it's a new guy, we all understand. All Raider Nation knows a brand new guy now, unless they go 0-17, okay. Because you can go lower than 3-14. You can go 0-17, okay.
17 now, yeah. That's never happened. It's been 0-16 twice.
Yeah. So if we somehow beat that record and go lower than the Lions.
You want to talk about not putting Juju out there? Yeah, you gonna put that kind of fucking Juju out there? Okay, no. You know the Raiders. You know the Raiders, and don't give him a hold my beer moment. Okay, don't give him a hold my beer moment.
They've done it before. Okay, now look, okay, we got our own head coach tracker. Okay, now with the I did have the where's my Steelers at? Is this an old one? Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, they're still new. Okay, I had the Steelers up there. I guess
yesterday, right? I mean,
yeah. No, I actually did have it updated, but I guess I didn't. I don't know. Okay, whatever.
He uploaded the wrong ones, guys. Just a lot of hard work. If anybody thinks it's easy and could just do it, then get out here. Let's do it. Let's show us what you could do.
But this is your head coach interview tracker. Okay. And Kubiak is the top of that list. He's what everybody wants, you know, and I know that's a guy that you said last year. Let's get Kubiak when he was over there with the Saints, Derek Carr. So you said this last year. It is on tape. Do I have the tape? No, I don't have the tape right now. But if you do watch our show,
Kubiak was a name I
would
said I
know.
liked last year. Yes.
Yes. So,
And look at what he did with Sam Darnold.
yeah. So you get a guy like that, offensive guy. He I don't want to say he revitalized Derek Carr's career because Derek Carr was still, you know, just with the system he had with McDaniels, goes over to the Saints, continues. They had him going deep. But after that, until he got injured. But for the most part, I mean, like you said, yeah, he did what he did. And now with the Seahawks, they play this week against the 49ers. So I guess my question to you, Asylum, is are we really rooting for the Niners to win so he could be available? There we go.
I ever done it? No, we've been through this when it was the Niners. What was it? Niners, Chiefs, whatever the fuck it was. What was I rooting for? Lightning strike.
A lightning strike.
So no, I am not rooting. Sorry, cuz, but there's no way in hell, me growing up in a Niners family, you're going to catch me rooting for the fucking Niners. Just ain't going to happen.
Real quick, though, with looking at this, I mean, Kubiak is getting a lot of action. On the bottom, you got John Harbaugh, who finally started talking to teams. He already talked to the Falcons. The Giants are trying to sign him, like you said, sign him back there and there. Don't
last year, Alec. You think they're going to? Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised the Raiders haven't reached out to Cliff Kingsbury.
No.
And after what he did to Washington, I mean, Peggy talks a lot about what Raiders have done to coaches and shit like that. That goes both ways. When a coach spurns and does shit like this, I mean, he didn't even wait for interview requests, do all this shit. He flat out left Washington to be able to go out and find other opportunities.
Yeah.
So, I mean, between those two things, I'm not surprised on that one at all.
The Titans and the Ravens are the only ones that ask to speak to him. And like you say, it goes both ways. Maybe he is perfect, okay? The Raiders might leave him. He might leave the Raiders. I don't know. It might work, but it might not work. I'm just joking. I don't want him. But, so this is your tracker as of 2 hours ago when I updated it. So I don't think anything happened just yet. These are not all coaches.
Okay, I see it.
These are not all the coaches, but these are the ones that are getting a lot of traction, I guess you can say. Activity.
Getting the attention, the limelight, the talking about.
But
right. Something like that.
I do have, and this could be considered a overhyped news. So I'm gonna do that right now. Okay. I'm gonna do a little overhyped news. Let me move it over here. Asylum, I'm gonna need you to get that if the intro's right there on the bottom, or overhyped news right there. I got a little overhyped news because this is a story that just won't die, and
what else is new?
Hold on. So here we go. Hit that intro.
This is incredible. They got the guards in the backfield. They got the center to the right. And the quarterback isn't even there. They're standing around, butts. Oh, yeah.
Now this right here, Asylum, right here, after the Raiders fired Pete Carroll, a Mr. John Gruden tweeted this. Now, I just want to give credit. I saw this story. Okay, I believe it's a Raiders versus the World podcast. Was Chris Soto? I think his name is Chris Soto. So he talked about this. So I'm going to give credit because I say my things behind camera, like how dare they? But I will always give my credit when credit's due. This is not him talking, but this is going to be our reaction to what's going on. Now, this right here, JT the Brick was on. I don't know what his name was, but JT the Brick made an appearance on this podcast, and the idea again of John Gruden, Chucky 3, keeps coming back. So here is this right here on what was said on that podcast right here.
As a guy who loves John Gruden and loves the
Awesome.
Raiders, that to me is so exciting and sexy. Is that door even a little bit open? You know, because it's not like Mark Davis made the decision to jettison John Gruden. You know, that wasn't up to him. So what are your thoughts on that and a possible Gruden return?
Well, Pete, great question. First off, it's all due respect to Schefter and Ian Rappaport, Jay Glazer. No one knows more. No one knows more about the John Gruden lawsuit than I do. And here's why. The guy who hired me in 1998, a guy named Bruce Allen, the son of George Allen.
Oh, yeah.
He was the GM of the Raiders. He hired me and Gruden on the same day. Same day we got hired. And I've been with the Raiders 28 full seasons. So I know John well. When Bruce Allen's emails were stolen off a server, the Washington Redskins commander's server, they cherry-picked a bunch of Gruden emails. Cherry-picked the Gruden emails. At the time, Gruden was not a coach or associated with the NFL. He was on Monday Night Football. Just tie this all back to Daniel Snyder. Now, when those emails surfaced, and I don't condone what John Gruden said in those emails, he was chuckling and having fun with a bunch of friends, kind of like on text message, but this was on email. So basically, the heat came down from Roger Goodell in the league to get rid of Gruden. Gruden didn't have to go, but Mark Davis at that time was under a lot of heat, and it was probably the right thing to do at that time, to distance yourself from John Gruden. But Gruden had the Raiders rocking. The Raiders were rocking. We were out of the gate quick, and they were doing well, and Gruden had the Raiders. Raiders went to the playoffs that year.
Yeah,
Rich Bisaccia
they were
was the
so
coach.
close to going to the second round.
If that didn't happen, I still think Gruden would be the coach today. He was on a 10-year deal. So Gruden's contract gets put into escrow, right? He's suing the league. He ends up losing, and then on appeal in Nevada State Supreme Court, he wins on appeal. Now this is where it gets good. Roger Goodell's looking at Gruden going, here's the deal. The only way we can put Gruden down is we got to take him to the United States Supreme Court. Believe me, the NFL and Roger Goodell does not want to do discovery and talk in front of the United States Supreme Court. So I believe there'll be a settlement with Gruden, who Pete doesn't need the money, nor does he want the money. He just wants to coach again. So I'm hoping that Roger Goodell says, John, we're allowing you back to coach. You can coach, and he can coach. If he wanted to get hired now, no one would stop it. He paid his penance. And then Gruden can come back. Gruden's already coached in Vegas twice. I would leave that crack in the door open because I think there's always a possibility, especially with the finances of Mark Davis and John Gruden. But I'm sensing Tom Brady and John Spytek are going to want their guy. They're going to want someone that they pick and they can say, this is our guy, and this is the guy who's going to lead the Raiders. And
Kubiak.
Okay. Now I'm only putting on there because it's just a story that doesn't die, and I know we teased
it's just like anything else with the Raiders. The minute there's a possibility for the story, it gets thrown out there, and it does not die until there's a new head coach pick. I mean, as long as there's a coaching vacancy in the Raiders, I think John Gruden's always going to be tied to it.
And like you say, you know, that's Mark Davis's guy, but I would say this: the difference, of course, we're not going to really compare the two, Al Davis and Mark Davis, and you know, if Al Davis, if it knew it would piss off the league,
Al Davis would do it in a heartbeat.
I'm not going to fire you. This is from 2021. If Al Davis is still around, whatever, I'm not going to fire you. You better not resign, okay? I won 2 Super Bowls in courts, okay? You do you. I got a guy. Okay, I got a guy like in that movie Goodfellas. Okay, we got a lawyer. All right. You know, you just grease the wheels a little bit. Okay, we all get pinched. Hey, you know, in Goodfellas. Oh, hey, you broke your chair, you got pinched. All right, hey. Then we celebrate, and then we win the Super Bowl. Okay. Mark Davis, I mean, I just want to be good with the league, but I don't want you're my homie. But I'm just gonna stand over here and see what happens. John Gruden, I don't want to be a distraction. He resigns. So my mom keeps telling me John Gruden should never resigned. He just should have stayed a coach and sued. And I'm tired of cancel culture. My mom keeps telling me. I know.
It wasn't necessarily cancel culture. I understand why he did it. He did not want to be the distraction that caused the team to start spiraling.
Yeah.
And that's why he did it.
But would you be surprised if they made Child's Play 3, Chucky 3?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I think JT the Brick said it there. Unless it's a Spytek Brady decision and it's not their choice, and I don't see Gruden and Brady getting along like that, like they should, with those things. I just see that being a little bit of butting heads, and I would be surprised. I would honestly be surprised.
I agree 100,000,000% on this one. If you watch JT's show, he's a company guy. I'm being nice. He's a company guy. Because if you go on it, he wants you to call in, and if you give your opinion, if you don't like it, hang up, and then he'll talk about how retarded you are. I'm not lying, okay? It's those people that they yeah, but it's like, so we can't criticize the team, though a lot of us, whether it's paying for season tickets, paying for a hotel to get to one game or whatever it is, paying all the different platforms we got to pay for just to watch the game, Amazon, YouTube TV or whatever, your cable system, whatever, and then Sunday ticket, all the stuff that we pay, we all give or sacrifice something for this team. We were born Raider fans, okay? We weren't got a job at the Raiders and then we just kind of grew in love with them. Okay, JT the Brick was from New York. He's a Giants fan. Okay, whatever. Like I saw this video of this young kid after the Jets lost this past season, and the guy asked him, "Oh, what do you think of Jets?" He goes, "I'm a diehard fan, and I'll always be a Jets fan, but I'm just tired of this team sucks." And I don't know, like he was like saying like, I was born into it. I'm gonna die with it. Okay, there's no other option.
I wasn't necessarily born into it, but yeah, I'm a Raiders fan too. I mean, I'm sorry, when you tattoo Al Davis and John Madden to your throat, it kind of, solidifies shit. I've always been a Raiders fan. I was that black sheep of my family. I would never be. I'm with you on that one. It's in our blood. It's till we die. It's even after we die. I mean, I'm sorry, but our tombstones, whatever is going to end up happening, whatever our decisions are and all that, I'm sure it's going to have some kind of Raider-related something with it.
Yep. So, but no, let's just start new. Okay, let's just start new. Okay. New coach, new road. Let's just do this. Okay. All right. I got one more fun video, Asylum. And I saw this video. I actually had this video for a while, but I think this is like the perfect time because there's nothing going on right now. So let me remove this. Let me bring this here. Okay. Now let me set it up. Okay. No. It's on the bottom. I don't have an intro for it. I got it. So
there's my Bobby. I can play Bob Uecker.
No. So Cam Newton, okay, he got his podcast, whatever, fourth and one podcast. And there's this funny video where he gets called out from another podcast, and he's like, "Oh, okay." So let me play it, and then I'll build it off of there, okay? Okay, so here we go. Cam Newton on his show. Fun video.
Cam and Peggy, y'all can get get you another guy. Whatever y'all want to do.
Cam and Peggy Cam and Peggy don't want nothing and nothing. No, nothing. Zero.
Call it everybody. Whatever.
Oh yeah. Cam, you've been talking trash about being able to play tennis, huh? Hey, what's the other one? That everybody playing right now on the small court.
We can play miniature golf.
Hey, pickleball. Hey, miniature
Don't
golf
matter.
or regular golf. Hey, Peggy. I know you trash. You can't play nothing. Huh? Hey, Cam, you don't want no smoke. Period. Matter of fact, I'm a better quarterback. I just happen to play receiver.
Press pause right here and let me look at you when I'm talking to you. Chad Johnson, Shannon, Sharp.
Come on.
The fact that it took y'all way too long to even utter or mention my name in the platform of 4th and 1 is utterly disrespectful.
That's the problem.
Cause you know, like I know, like we all know.
We know.
Bruh, ain't there one of y'all seeing me. And nothing.
No.
Nothing. And I mean, I don't even want to list, but if I have to, I will. Nothing. N-O-T-T-I-N. Nothing. And might as well go on busting with the boys. You ain't seeing me in nothing. Nightcap, I already mentioned you. Nothing. It is what it is. Nothing. $1 million worth of. I want y'all to say something, primarily you, Gilly, because I can embarrass you in front of millions. Nothing. New Heights. I don't care nothing about that doggone. Nothing. Huh? Nothing. Keep going. Part of my take. Dollar fans. Nothing. Can beat me at nothing. The Arena Gridiron.
What are we talking about?
Nothing. There ain't a more athletic platform or podcast. Now, Peggy, you'll have to step up your game.
Now, I'm going to step up, brother, because Ocho was talking. He said, Peggy, you trash. I said, I took that personally.
Now, listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
Don't try down there, brother.
Because everything else.
I'm about to take off my
Because if I'm selling these tickets.
You're selling them, but I'm going to get them sold, brother.
I got a whole Gil's Arena.
Yeah.
Listen here, bro.
Yeah.
Listen. Nothing.
Nathaniel.
Bro, to even think about thinking that you can come toe-to-toe with me and
add us in there. I'm with you, boo. Add us in there.
The Speakeasy.
Nathaniel.
The Pivot.
Nothing.
All the smoke. Y'all too tall, man.
Y'all ain't
bad knees.
Nothing.
I go down and listen, give all scout reports and deficiencies of everything. But let's get at people what they want to see.
Come on.
I figured, I said, hold on. They own us something, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. Where would everybody be in the same situation, in the same city, Super Bowl?
That is real. Mm-hmm.
We could play spades, huh? We could play Uno. We could play rock, paper, scissors. We could have a 40-yard dash. We could have a 2-on-2. We could have a pickup one.
We can pick up one.
3-on-3, 2-on. It don't matter. Flag football, it don't matter.
You already going to be playing.
Pickleball, tennis.
Come on.
It don't matter. Madden, it don't matter. NCAA, 2K, Call of Duty.
Hopscotch, dodgeball.
We could go back and play the old Grand Theft Auto.
Pity pat.
I'll fuck you up in some
We can slap box.
Come on.
We can box for real.
Exactly.
I'm trying to tell you. Let's get physical.
All right. Let's get physical.
Ain't now one of y'all, and y'all, look, y'all know.
You know what to find.
You know this is one podcast you need to bring up, Joe.
I ain't running away from nothing.
I'm scared to bring up the cage match. You want nothing to do with the cage match.
And I'm ready.
You want nothing.
I'm ready, bro.
Nothing.
I'm ready, bro.
I've been carrying teams for years.
Well, come on.
I can definitely carry this.
That's right. That's why you jumped on that fumble in the Super Bowl, right?
Well,
motherfucker was scared to jump on a fumble, but he gonna call out motherfuckers like that. You ain't nothing. Nothing. Motherfucker, come on, shut the fuck. And I get this motherfucker actually lay this shit out and say this looks good, so I'm gonna wear it for the fucking day. A bow tie with a long sleeve shirt and a goddamn basketball jersey.
But no. The point of it, we already know. If you watch my ESPN, they got them funky little hats, whatever. There. But the point of it is, I know behind the scenes, okay, we talk a lot about other podcasts, and if we now let me rehab my back though, because my my injury from work. Been dealing with a back injury, so I'm 80% back from that. But I know we have some rivalries with podcasts. I'm not gonna say no names, okay? Because we're gonna keep it because people take things personal, but I know there's a few. I guess my question to you, Asylum, was what was if we was to set something up, and let's just say like if there was like a lower tier podcasters like all of us, and we go to the Super, we go to Radio Row, and we're like, no, let's throw down, not literally like throw down whatever, but just like, okay, let's set up something. What would you set up? Like what would you say? Hey, we got this. Like you say, he goes, we can play spades. We can play, video games, whatever.
Hey, motherfucker don't want to play me no goddamn Uno. I'll fuck him up in some Monopoly. I'll fuck him up in some Tecmo Bowl. I mean, come on. I mean, you want to go old schools? You know what? We'll make this easy. We'll go head to head in some poker.
Poker.
Okay? We go head to head in some poker. Let's play a man's game instead of these kids' games, and we'll play some poker. And see who comes out on top. You ain't got nothing on me.
Well, I mean, I play Pagao. But you know who's I'm still mad though. I'm still mad. You know what? I'm still mad at Jeff. I don't like Jeff. He took my belt, man. I don't like Jeff, okay? Because we set up the fantasy, okay, and we're like, okay, you know what? We got to make sure at all costs Jeff don't win, okay? Because one, it's all the way to the East Coast. Shipping costs more to go all the way to the East Coast. And then two, Jeff is... I don't like it, okay? I don't like it. And the one thing I got to say...
Just win, baby.
Here we go. It's coming to glow.
I'm still under protest.
Look, I showed up. Look, you showed up.
Yeah. Cut my music. Actually, why don't you turn that back up? Because that sounds beautiful right now. Yeah.
What do you got to say?
Look at that. Look at that.
You come interrupt my show. We're doing a show here.
I'm on the microphone now, boy. Look at this.
It's easy to win it. It's harder to keep it. Just remember that.
Look at this.
It's easy to win it. It's harder to keep it.
It's a lovely thing, isn't it? This belt isn't small. I'm just so goddamn big because I'm on top. Savage, you're just the first loser, baby. So here it is. It's in my possession. I own it now. Asylum, what was that with your team this season? That was pitiful. What is going on with you, boy? What happened to your team, man? Oh, you need to take some coaches.
Not my fault. I had a team full of Devontae Adams.
Here we go. The juices are flowing like the Nile now, huh? That's the issue?
I'm leaving denial.
Unbelievable. Look into these eyes. These are eyes of a champion, my friend. I need no glasses. So what's going on, boys? How you doing tonight? I heard your little talk about me, Savage, how you don't like me. I don't care. I got this. And by the way, thanks to Dubby, because their sponsorship is on the belt too.
That's
good. I'll give it to him. I give it to him.
First of all, hold on.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff. I'm gonna say one thing. All right. You got lucky that you had Bijan Robinson left and a kicker. You got lucky, all right, because I had you on the ropes. I had you on the ropes, and that belt was going to stay here with the cage match. And all of a sudden, Jeff had the kicker. That's not a kicking. My kicker missed a field goal, and that was it. I know, but
hey, Asylum, what's that sound like? It sounds like excuses, doesn't it? It sounds like you needed to draft a little better. Who's your run back?
It sounds like I'm on protest. That's what it fucking sounds like. That's what we're at right here. This is where I'm at right here. I remember early on I said I was doing this season under protest, and I'm still under protest. Season's done.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Remember, it's not how you play during the season, it's how you finish. And I finished on top. I'm the king. I got the Royal Rumble belt. And you don't no.
It's easy to win it, but can you fucking keep it?
Oh, I'm keeping it. It's mine.
We will see, because you are automatically have to be in there.
Bring it.
And now you're the one with the big bullseye on your back. That belt is going to be leaving your possession at one point or another.
Listen here, Jeff. Okay.
Enjoy the offseason.
Just make sure, like you told me all season, just make sure you keep my belt shiny when I get that belt back next year, all right? Fantasy football in the Royal Fumble. It's going down next year at the end of the season. I'm taking my belt back. I'll send you stamps to send it back to me because I don't like the way it ended, all right? By a kicker. A kicker. Out of all, it was by a kicker. And
That's
I don't
a shame.
like that.
Too bad. I will defend it, and I will keep it. So, again, I take all comers. Let's go. Bring it next year, boys. Try again.
All you have to say is, when it happens, we don't want to hear no crying.
Just remember,
laying on your back, because you got that elbow coming off that top rope.
God.
Everyone wants it. Anna's
so
my
Anna built his mind for at least a year, and it will continue to be mine. And I'll remind you every now and then that I have this belt. If it means I send you pictures every now and then, wherever this belt goes, this belt may actually go to the NFL draft with me, to be honest with you. And I'll take a picture of it with it there. Because I'm going to the draft.
Hey, enjoy it while it lasts. Enjoy it while it lasts. Luckily, it's a long season, so you'll have some time.
You might have got it this year. You might have been the first winner of the cage match Royal Fumble. Okay, but next year it's going down. You ain't gonna last. You ain't gonna last the first round when it comes down to getting that belt back. You're gonna be the first one out that ring in the Royal Fumble. I will give you a guarantee. Just like homeboy from the Jets, I guarantee I'm gonna get that belt back. All right, Joe Namath. I know his name. I just forgot the name at the time. Okay, I know his name. Okay. Now you listen here, Jeff. I'm not done with you. I don't care if you're gonna be parading with my belt around. Okay, yeah, go sightseeing with my belt. That's fine. That's cool. Okay, let's just say that I'm letting you hold on.
I'm sorry. Right now. Did you call it your belt? Who's? Yeah, it's in my possession. So right now, it's my belt, not yours. Remember that.
Next year, Jeff. Next year, when it goes all down again in the ring.
Like the Raiders. Next year, we'll get it. Next year, maybe next year we'll do it. You fit right in with the Raiders.
Hey, it's starting to sound like the damn Dallas Cowboys in here. Whose year is it? Damn it!
Well, I don't got the mind of what's his name. I don't know. Okay, first of all, okay, don't call me no cowboy, and I ain't know that this ain't Pete Carroll's Raiders. Okay, this is a new era, and I'm getting my belt back. All right, I'm getting my belt back. I'm gonna come back like Jack Del Rio. Okay, I'm gonna come back like John. I'm gonna be like John Gruden 3. I'm gonna just keep it coming in your. I don't believe in dreams. I believe in nightmares, all right? I believe in nightmares. I'm going to be a nightmare for you all season long, all off season until we get to next season, okay? Raider Savage is going to be back on top. The cream rises to the top. Oh, yeah.
Are you
Hey, you know,
done?
you should make
Are you
this
done?
a-
I just find it fitting that the guy that's got the wrestling persona in his name is not the one that wins the belt, but it's this guy on the East Coast that wins this belt. Yeah. You guys shouldn't even be on the screen with me right now. I'm so good. God
that's
damn
only
it.
because you're 3 hours ahead of me. So that's cheating. Okay. You're already 3 hours into the
I
future.
knew the future.
Okay. Past, present, or future. I'm going to let you know
He
right now,
cheated.
Jeff.
We now know the truth. He cheated.
Hey, what's
He had
Raiders
the
rule number
almanac.
one?
He knew who to put in the game. He
What's
cheated.
Raiders rule number
Cheating.
one?
Cheating is encouraged.
What's rule number two?
I don't want to refer back to rule number one because I
live by that rule.
Katie,
I would jump.
Damn it.
I would jump on the plane. I would jump on Spirit and I'll fly over there because that's the only thing I can afford right now to get my belt if I make it across country. Okay, because we know Spirit. But still, Jeff, next year, you better make sure that you got that
I'll
thing
even buy
coming
you
back.
McDonald's if you come out here. How's that? I'll treat you.
Okay. You're going down, Jeff. Next year.
Nugget, god damn it.
You want your nuggies?
I want my nuggies.
You want some nuggies?
I want some nuggies when I pick up my belt.
It's going
All right,
down
cue my
next year.
music. I'm done with this. I'll see you has-beens next year. How's that? I'm out of here.
Ah. I hate that guy. Jeff, you're going down. You're going down, Jeff, next year. I ain't playing no more. Oh, yeah. That's my show. I'm going to go and interrupt the show to go and gloat with my belt. Go down, brother. It's going down. Oh, yeah. Asylum.
Again, like I said, I know he's high on the win. I get it. Every right. He got the inaugural belt. But it's easy to win the belt. The hard part now comes when you got everybody else coming after you. The hard part is keeping the belt. Plain and simple. The hard part is keeping the belt.
Keeping the belt shiny for when I get it back. You hear that, Jeff? You hear there, Jeff? You know what he did? I'm going to tell you what he did, all right? I'm going to tell you what he did. We were like second round of the playoffs, and he sends me his address. I wasn't even playing him yet. Here's my address. Make sure you keep my belt clean. Keep it nice and shiny, Savage. And I'm all like, if that's you, it ain't going. It ain't going over there. It ain't going over there. And then when I had to ship it, wait, when did he text me that? It was okay, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, the address is yeah. No, he sent it to me. I got the address. Don't ask me how I got the address. Okay, I got the address. Okay, I got the address. Don't worry, Jeff. Where are you at? Don't worry, Jeff. Okay, I'm gonna get my belt back. Oh yeah, this ain't over. I saw you all the way to the end, but next time you will be.
And everybody else that was part of this. Don't you love how they're just leaving everybody else out like we all don't fucking matter? Like we ain't even going to be a part of this. We need to do a what the hell is it called? A legacy league. Where you get to keep the team you had from the year before and have to build it better and go and see how shit could happen.
It's personal now, okay? It's personal, all right? I already got to deal with one guy with a beard on my show. Then I got to lose it to another guy with a beard on another show on the other side of the country.
His is a handlebar mustache. There's a difference.
He had a beard. He had a beard. He has a beard.
No, it's a handlebar mustache. He's got a landing strip just perfectly sized for certain things.
I am not the fool. He is the fool, Manchu, that I'm talking to. You who? Jeff. I had no more rhymes for that. But after that, anyways, I don't know, okay? But next year, it is going down. I am not playing no more. Jeff, enjoy the belt now. But when that belt drops, I'll be there to pick it up. For myself. Don't come in and be like, thank you very much, Gary. No. For myself. Oh, yeah. Dig it. Dig it. Dig it.
And has a question here.
Arcadio, we settled out of court. Okay, we settled out of court. Okay. Me and Arcadio, bang bang other gang, we settled out of court when it comes to the burritos. So
in other words, you didn't get all the burritos that were owed you.
No. In another league, if I would have swept him, I would have got him. But double or nothing. He came in. He got the fourth on the fourth game. He got the win. So we settled out of court. He has it's mute right now. But next year, it's all about next year. Okay, stop talking about the past. Talking about the future and how we can prosper. Okay, Mark McGuire. It's not about the past. It's about the future and how we can prosper. Okay, I'm not here to talk about the past. All right. No, I didn't use steroids. This was natural body. Okay. Sinitas Burritos built this body. All right. But first, I'm not here to talk about the past. Jeff, future, you're going down next year. It's over. Oh, yeah, it's over. Saddam, I got nothing left right now, okay? Do you have any other last anything? Hi, Mom. Love you. Good night. Any last words? Anything?
No, let's just hope the Raiders get it right with their pick for their next head coach.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me you're a two-time loser? You lost in another league for another sport?
Yeah.
Wow. Are you
I thought you were gone.
No, man. I heard that. I turned right back around and came back into the studio. I'm like, wait a minute. Wow.
You weren't there.
I feel bad for you having to partner up with this guy. Damn.
Hey, you can't always pick who you do shit
Everybody's
with.
got a crutch to bear, I guess, huh? Damn, man. Oh, in case you forgot what
it's a heavy burden, but you know what? Somebody's got to do it.
Still
Jeff,
got it.
I don't like
Look
you.
how shiny that is in the light.
I don't like you. I don't like you, Jeff. I don't like
I
you.
love you.
Again,
I love you,
we'll
chat.
see.
I love everybody.
We'll see how you feel with the next season.
Right out of Anchorman, I love Belt. Instead of I love Lamp, I love Belt.
There's only one Burgundy in this show, okay? And he's on vacation right now, right? All right. Well,
ILB instead of ill. ILB. I love Belt. I love Belt. Belt is mine.
Well,
just for that, gentlemen, have a good evening and thank you. That was fun.
Well, that is our show. Because I got nothing left, okay? I have to figure out next year's team right now. I don't care if the season is over, isn't over yet. I don't care if we don't know who's going to be signing who, where, whatever. New coaches, 9 coaches, we don't know. I don't care, okay? I'm studying right now with my playbook. I'm studying right now because I am getting that belt back, Jeff. I know you're still watching. I know you're still listening. Okay, I'm getting that belt back. All right. I don't care if I have to play you in goldfish, okay? Getting that belt back, okay? I don't care if it has to be Chinese checkers. I'm getting that belt back, all right? I don't care if we're going to go old school and play Pogs, okay? I got a slammer, and I'm about to slam you on the ground, Jeff. Anyways, Sodom, any last words?
No. I'm done.
You're going down, Jeff. You're going down. Oh, yeah. But until then, thank you, everybody, for watching our show. We appreciate those who are watching. We had a good turnout. I know there's no news in the Raiders, but we try to figure out some kind of way, some kind of whatever to entertain and knowledge, give knowledge of the situation that we're in every single year. I will be looking for a new head coach for my fantasy team so I can make sure I beat Jeff next year. But until then, We want to thank everybody. We will come back next week. I believe Peggy will be on next week. We will confirm that. And until we get a new coach, Raiders get a new coach, we will do what we do until it happens, and then we'll go from there. One more time, Aslam. Anything else before I end this mess that Jeff caused? He didn't even wipe his feet when he went in. I know Jeff didn't even wipe he got his muddy shoes all over my ring. Yeah. It's over. He'd be wearing his belt on his show coming up. What is up, Vincent? We got interrupted by Jeff. Make sure you go to Jeff's channel. 401 Raider Jeff. He's going to be live soon. Gloating. Anyways, we end every show like we always do with a word from Coach Wallace, a.k.a. Raider Milt. Raider Milt wouldn't take this.
That was easy for you to say. Jesus.
High blood pressure, baby. That's how we do it up in here. Oh, yeah. Everyone have a good night. And game over. I know. We'll see you soon. Good night. And good riddance, Jeff. Good riddance.
All you other NFL teams, your tailgates are weak. Your teams are weak. We might be down right now, but it doesn't take away the history. And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history of who the fuck you playing for and where the fuck you're playing. Damn it. Oh, and by the way, I won my last cage fight. Again, I'm still undefeated. And you NFL motherfuckers out there that you think you want some, come on and get some anytime.